a little bit late this morning, but that's because. Hang on a second. Let's open up the window a little bit. Look at this winter wonderland crap. That's why. You see, I leave the house every morning year round at the same time, and I stayed in the habit of it just in case of crap like this. Days I should have called off, but I came in anyway for some stupid ass reason. I'm not kidding. This place, there could be a tornado running through this parking lot. That's okay. We can still run. Yeah, sure, we're going to have to pick what remains of your car out of the trees, but everything's fine. Sure, we don't know if you're going to have a home to go to, but it's okay. We're still running. Oh, man. So, I don't know. There's a part of me wondering if, at this point, Radio Free Scaro and all that is being led down the rose path, so to speak. Tiptoe through the tulips, or a trip down the road apple, highway. Because why would Paramount, of all things, be interested in Doctor Who? Because I just don't know. I don't get it. But they do have their own streaming site and all that, because that's one of the few sites I do pay money to, and that's mainly because, the wife and I like the NCIS and things like that. And I used to watch NCIS, religiously, but the problem is, after Gibbs left, after Waycott left, and, sadly we lost, Ducky, David McCollum passed away. And, he wasn't on there that much anyway. He was just mainly a little part-time role every now and then, but, he was getting on a bit. But it seems like everybody I was even the least bit interested is gone. So, but she likes it, so I'm like, okay, I don't care. But Paramount. Do we really want Paramount involved? Because I'm sitting here thinking, I thought for sure someone would have picked up the phone by now and called Netflix or HBO Max or something like that. Like I said, if I did Doctor Who now just to appease a lot of people and drive them insane, I'd go full Game of Thrones on that shit. I'm not sure if Alex Kingston would be up for the sex scene with a Silurian or what, but she does seem to be doing well on that dancing show or whatever. Yeah, she pops up on my Instagram feed every so often. But Paramount Pictures, do we really want them involved? That's a big question. Yeah, sadly, we lost Pauline Collins, who was, I think, in The Faceless Ones. And also, she did play Queen Victoria in, oh my God, did I just say that out loud? Queen Victoria. She was the Queen. Queen Victoria. Queen Victoria in Tooth and Claw. Yeah, would they, I don't know, you think Neve McIntosh and Catherine Stewart would be up for the scenes I put them in? Yeah, because I just remember, you're right, Madame Vestra is a Silurian. Oh, no, I got to stop thinking like that. Believe it or not, no, the fart noise is I forgot to turn off the windshield wipers. It might be me later. We had chili yesterday for dinner, so. But thanks for letting me know. Yeah, I forgot to turn off the windshield wipers. I know. Imagine the fun you could have with the effects, Oh, yeah, and then I've been looking at the new, well, we can't say Sea Devils anymore, even though that's what the Silurians called the Sea Devils. Yeah, a lot of people are bringing up that infamous episode we don't like to talk about called Warriors of the Deep. And that's funny because the Silurians were calling the Sea Devils Sea Devil Warriors in that. And there was no evil racist meaning implied. Well, I'd rather have the rain, you know. As long as it's not freezing rain, I can deal with that. This I don't like because this piles up, this freezes, then you got to slip and slide in it. Yeah, we're getting a lot of snow out here. Yeah, somebody better call Trina Thunberg and tell her I'm going to have at least a couple inches of global warming on my car by the end of the day. I still can't believe people bought into that bullshit. It's like, guys, I'm not going to be mean on you, if you think it's true, but there were dozens of scientists as a kid telling me we were heading for another ice age. That's why, if you're about as old as me, you're not buying this shit. You have to love how guys who can't even tell you what the weather's going to be next week most of the time are telling you what the weather's going to be like 100 years from now or 1,000 years from now. They're basing it off old data, and the problem is, how can you base that kind of climate change data when there was no industry, like not even over 200 years ago? It's like you can't tell me that the last big melt around the Younger Dryas happened because Neanderthal man discovered Hummers. And that's why they got wiped out. It was all one big car accident. But well, what can you do? Annalee is going to say... Yeah, I actually had to put my winter liner in this morning. That's another reason I was running a little bit behind, but still, I always make sure to leave. I got enough time to get here. Taking my sweet ass time because the roads are a mess. I think the plows were out earlier this morning, but I hate going out in this weather more than anything in the universe. I hate this weather because I get halfway here. How many here remember an episode of Battlestar Galactica? We're talking original Galactica, not that one where the only landscapes they were interested in was the 98% of the actresses they could get away showing on TV. I'm talking about classic Galactica, 77, 78 Galactica, where they're on the Gun on Ice Planet Zero, that disparaging, music they play when they're on the snow ram trying to make it across Death Point Plateau. Mornings like this, I keep hearing that music over and over again in my head when I'm driving dirt slow up the street. Da-da, 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 da-da. I'm not kidding. After you've heard that, it's stuck in your head on winter mornings. That disparaging, stressful snow ram music or whatever from Gun on Ice Planet Zero. Well, I don't want to speculate on what's going on with the missing episode thing. I really hope they have found some. It'd be really nice if they found Marco Polo, and they thought for sure that would be the one they would find because that was the one that was most commonly distributed. And sure enough, they ain't found jack shit of it. Or I think you still got missing parts of the Dalek master plan and stuff like that. It would be nice if they did find all that. I know. Well, I've seen AI of everything now. I'm not kidding. It's gone crazy. It's gone berserk. And I have to keep explaining to people, guys, that lady who's trying to sell you that the government's going to give you $25,000 to $50,000, depending on what day it is, for your end of life fund or whatever. It's 99% of those commercials are horseshit. You can tell the actors are AI generated. It's, ugh. Yeah, I think I saw the Mr. Rogers one. It's just astoundingly crazy. Just like the hillbilly Doctor Who one. Billie Piper there with her, well, let's just say dressed like Daisy from Dukes of Hazzard kind of. Why bring George Washington and Abe Lincoln back, though? I have no idea what you're talking about there. Oh, who knows? Oh, I didn't see that one if it was an AI. It's like, yeah, poor Abe. Didn't he have enough? Come on, this guy not only, had the Civil War going on, but he lost an 11-year-old son, if I remember correctly, to, I think it was tuberculosis or something like that. Willie Lincoln, which I believe still haunts the White House to this day. Here's a guy who's trying to hold a country together, and then his son dies, man. How do you even keep going after that? That's just insane. Yeah, I've seen Abe Lincoln Vampire Slayer, and there was another one out called Abraham Lincoln versus the Zombies. That one's a fun watch just to get to the end where they found out why Booth actually shot him and all that. It was hilarious. Turns out they hired Booth to shoot him because he was bitten and he was going to turn. So they set up the Ford's Theater thing to cover up the zombies' existence and shit. It was hilarious. But it was out there on Netflix or something like that. Abe Lincoln versus the Zombies or something like that. There was a zombie outbreak. A zombie outbreak during the Civil War, and the Civil War covered it up pretty much, so nobody knew about it. It was a good movie. It was, not the best movie in the world, but it was hilarious. And here's another thing. I've been listening more and more. I've been studying up on historical figures. And I love how everybody goes on about Cleopatra. She was Cleopatra the 7th. There were 7 Cleopatras. Nobody even talks about that. She was the daughter, the very last ruler of Egypt. She was the daughter of Ptolemy the 12th. Yeah, Ptolemy 12. Ugh. And the whole thing with the ass committing suicide, they can't even confirm that. They believe that's just a folk story. Ugh. But they still recite that like it's the gospel to this day. She killed herself with an asp. Oh yeah, Damon's was one of the really awesome. I still remember that one. People still go to Devil's End to this day every year to talk about the Daemons. And I think there was even a follow-up thing called The White Witch of Devil's End and something like that. Because the lady who played the White Witch in that actually was around for quite a while. I think she just passed a couple of years ago. It's almost that time where I got to go struggle out into the snow here and slowly make my way to the door. Trust me, if a whole lot of people call off today, I'm not going to blame them. I'm definitely glad I got the snow brush in here this morning, and a lot of cars out here are just coated in the shit because they've been out here overnight. $26. Who gives a shit? Pokemon. I don't give a damn about Pokemon. I have my theories about Team Rocket and what was going on off camera with those two. I think Team Rocket was doing it again. You know what I'm talking about? There was some serious incest going on there, I think. Uh-oh, I said one of them words you shouldn't say on YouTube. Ugh. Ah, well, folks, it's about that time to start slipping and sliding towards the front door. Yeah, wherever you are today, please be kind, be calm, be safe. Take it extra easy if you're somewhere where it's snowing. Take your time getting in. Be sure to leave a bit early if you're going to work today, if it's anything like this. So in a way, I'm kind of thankful. I think we're canceling on Chicago TARDIS, because if it's anything like this, we don't like being out on the roads in this. So take care, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day. We'll see you all hopefully tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your day, everybody. And don't forget, tomorrow's Veterans Day. We will not be here. There'll be no show tomorrow morning, okay? So sleep in, because that's what I'm probably going to do. Take care.